Professionals rise after failure. Amateurs stall. Amateurs try to avoid failure at all cost. They fear criticism and worry, and they worry too much about what people would think if they failed. Amateurs give up when they're faced with adversity. Amateurs quit whenever they experience a tough challenge. Professionals rise, but amateurs, failure, they stall. And if you stall for too long, it's not long until you fall. That was pretty good, man. I just came up with that one. Can I say that again? Because I want to remember this. If you stall for too long, it's not long until you fall. That's a good word, man. Blessed myself on that one. And some of you, man, you took off, you took out of the gates, you stepped into the ring, and you thought you were making progress, and then something happened that you weren't expecting. The marriage that you knew God put together, they walked out on you and they left you, and your life stalled. You put everything you had into that child. You did the best you could to raise them, give them everything you knew, everything you could give them, everything you knew they needed, and some of the things they wanted. You did everything you could, but despite the fact that you prayed for them every night, despite the fact that you taught them the Bible, you brought them to church, they made a decision, I don't want anything to do with God, and they walked away. And your life stalled. Some of you are stalled right now. I tried, but it didn't work. And I don't think I have the courage to try again. But I've come to tell you today, you are not an amateur. Because the Bible says, though a righteous man fall 7 times, he still finds a way to get back up. Though he fall, he still gets back up again. And I've come to speak to somebody today. I know you failed, but you're about to get back up again. And I know it didn't work out, but you're about to get back up again. And I know they walked out and they left you, but you're about to get back up again. And I know that friend betrayed you, but you're about to get back up again. And I know that child made a different decision, but you're about to get back up again. And I know it didn't work out, and I know it led to bankruptcy, and I know what's going on, but you're about to get back up again. Stand with me, I'm about done. Say this with me, I'm a professional. Say, I'm not an amateur. I'm a professional. And guess what? There's some professionals in the Bible that fell but got back up again. And I was reading this the other day and I thought it was kind of encouraging. Let me share it with you. Noah was a drunk. Abraham was a liar. Isaac was a liar. Jacob was a liar. Leah was ugly. Joseph was abandoned. Moses had a stuttering problem. Gideon was afraid. Samson was a womanizer. Rahab was a prostitute. David had an affair and became a murderer. Elijah was suicidal. Jonah ran from God. Job went bankrupt and lost his family. Peter denied Christ and said he didn't know him. The Samaritan woman was 4 times divorced and living in adultery. Zacchaeus was too small. Paul was too religious. Timothy had an ulcer, and Lazarus was dead. But you know what they all got in common when they fell? You want to know why we talk about it?